Good God. Oh, because y'all got 2 kids.
Yeah, I'm paying more for daycare than we are the mortgage. And then I just had to pay off tuition, which actually is a good thing. But these kids, man, they don't tell you, bro.
Oh, listen. Man, listen, bro. We definitely need to talk, bro.
Yeah.
I can literally just...
All right, man, we are back again for another one, man, and it's special today. I did 80 on the freeway to get home, to be on time, to be here for this man. But yeah, how can I do this? Because we definitely gonna speak on basketball today, but it's gonna be a bigger conversation after that. So let me just bring up the resume. Went to Homestead for 3 years. Then finished up at Bayview, and you said Pulaski was in there.
Yeah, I graduated from Pulaski.
We'll get into that class of 07. So you went to Tuskegee first.
Yeah.
Then went to Talladega. Then we gonna talk about what was in between that. Then was able to get overseas, played in Spain, played in Bosnia. Salute to you. Then was semi-pro after that.
It was before that.
Yep. So we're gonna get in that too. Did his thing in terms of his playing career. Then my man switched over to the finance lane, and I'm curious to know how that transition happened. Then to now, man, the guy we sitting here, man, moved out to Cali, doing this thing out there now, man. Preaches just lifestyle, living right, taking care of your money. So I'm definitely trying to get some game on that, because the daycare costs aren't going down. So if he can give me any gems, I need it, man. But yeah, we got the homie Donald Lucious in the building, man. Again, bro, appreciate you for coming through, sir.
Much love, bro. I appreciate you having me, man.
It was a no-brainer, bro. So with these interviews, I like to start from the beginning, bro. So if you could just give us the spill on where you from, and we'll go from there, homie.
All right, for sure. Man, I'm actually from, obviously, Gary, Indiana.
Yeah.
I was born in Gary. Me and my brother, actually, and my mom, we moved to Milwaukee maybe when my brother was 3. I was around like 5 or 6.
Okay.
Have no reason why we moved. We just moved.
Okay, y'all just got up out of there.
Yeah. She was actually with my biological father at that time.
Okay.
And then when she moved here, she actually met my father, who raised me and my brother, and that's who all I know as, you know, my pop. So.
Okay.
But yeah, she met him out here, and man, that's who introduced us to basketball.
Okay.
Again, took 2 boys that wasn't his, loved them all his heart. Like when I tell you, all his heart, man, and just showed us life. Period.
Yeah, man, and salute to him, and rest in peace.
Appreciate it for sure.
Too. So, do you remember anything from Gary in terms of the neighborhood or living out there, or is this all it's a blur?
It was. I don't remember as far as living, but I remember visiting, like going to grandma's house every summer, going to see my cousins, because we will always make that trip. Gary only like 3 hours away from
here. It's basically Chicago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's not that far from here. So we used to, every summer, you know, whenever we chance, we used to go see grandma all the time, my other cousins. And,
man, shout out to OG. So y'all make that move. Y'all get to Milwaukee, and you just gave the spell on like Pops introducing you to the game. So what was that like initial thing when you first started playing? Did it just click right away, or it was like, man, I don't know about this, man?
Man, you know what? It clicked for my brother.
That makes sense.
It clicked for my brother ASAP.
Yeah.
But it didn't click like, oh, we didn't like the game, or we didn't like playing ball. It clicked as in far as work ethic.
Okay.
My brother had a dog-ass work ethic.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Me, I was older. And I understood what was around me. So I understood the environment, chase the girls, and all that type stuff. You feel me? So my pops caught my brother at a great age.
Yeah.
Because he was fully locked in. For me, it was more like, oh, I'm growing up. You know what I'm saying? So it was dibble dabble. But don't get me wrong, I always was in the gym, always was on the playground, but the basketball part didn't click. I love playing it, but it didn't click at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at what age do you say you had the advantage over little bro? At what age? Well, I need this part.
And the crazy thing about it was funny because Pops used to tell us all the time. He would say, Corey, if you had Donald's heart, you'll be unstoppable.
Yeah.
Donald, if you had Corey's work ethic, you would be unstoppable.
Yeah.
So growing up, man, I mean, Corey, I ain't gonna lie. Corey used to dog me like most of the time. He was fast.
Yeah.
You feel me? But obviously I was bigger. I'll post him up, shoot over him a little bit. But when it got to like Corey understood the game, him being small and knew how to use. I didn't understand that yet.
Okay.
So it was more of an advantage for Corey at times.
Because you already know with big brother, little brother, at some point it's belt to ass. But I get it. Don't
get me wrong, man.
Get it. Yeah.
Later on, it got to a point where he you know what I'm saying. But at the start, it was always him for sure.
Okay. Shout out to bro, man. Now in terms of just school, at what did y'all, what elementary school was y'all going to?
Oh man, you know what, man? Shout out to moms because what she did really kind of shaped me as well.
Okay.
What she so we were actually in Milwaukee Public Schools all the way up until 5th grade.
Okay, yeah.
Then my mom basically entered us into the Chapter 220 program.
Oh, that's big time.
Which can send you out to different schools. So we never understood it, but my mom sent me to Homestead in Mequon, and to that district, and
Mequon,
and then my brother to Whitefish Bay.
Okay.
Which we didn't understand because
why you ain't go to the
literally, I'll never forget the only thing I remember my mom saying was, "I want y'all to be happy when y'all come home and see each other."
Okay.
So you feel what I'm saying? So that happened, but I went to Thingsville, Mequon, and started out there in 5th grade.
Okay. Now, was it like you used to being around one group, then you get shipped out there? Was it like an adjustment or like a rough period where you like, man, I'm the only one out here? You know what I mean when I'm saying that.
That really kind of started my adjustment to understand just being like learning how to adjust.
Yeah.
Of course, all white.
Yeah.
Mostly predominantly white. Only couple black dudes that was there, they were born out there.
Right.
So it was more of like, okay, like, I had friends, but I also started understanding.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't, you just start understanding a lot more.
Okay.
But again, it was great.
Yeah.
Crazy thing about it is when they sent me out there my first year, what they give you is a home away from home. It's like a family that's out there that would look out for kids that came through the 220.
That's what's up. Yeah.
And honestly, to this day, her name is Nancy Herrick. Man, I love her to death. It's like my second mom.
That's what's
Still
up.
live, but she's the one who actually helped me out when I was out there for sure.
That's what's up. And just to rewind, what's the age gap between y'all two?
As far as
you and Corey?
Oh, 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 years.
Cool. So you going out there, man, it's a different environment, but you learn to adjust. And that's dope, the little parent program. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's dope. So in terms of basketball, was you playing on the team out there? Was you involved in that or?
So 5th grade is when I was like, all right, I'm out here. The only thing that brought me joy really being out there was going to recess to play basketball.
Right.
That was the only thing that was bring me joy because you got to remember I'm in a different academic type of program.
Oh yeah.
So now you get what I'm saying? I don't really want to read. So my safe place was playing basketball outside. But yeah, bro, it was.
I get you. So in terms as you progressing, bro, and in terms of middle school, what middle school was you able to attend out there?
So it's called Stephen Middle School.
I heard of that before. I heard of Stephen before.
Yep.
So in terms of Stephen, bro, was it kind of like the same feel as the elementary school, or was this a little more diverse, or it was kind of like just the same?
Now, middle school came to a point to where it was like, all right, moms gave you that talk. Don't bring no white girl home.
Hey, that's real, bro.
Because now, you know what I'm saying? You're growing and you understand it. I never forget, man, I had a situation out there that that thank God I had the parents that I had.
Yeah.
They kind of helped me understand, like, all right, you amongst, because that was one of the things when we went out there. My parents never sugarcoated anything. It was always upfront. Look, you're going out there. This is who you are. You can't do this. You can't do that. You watch what you say.
Yeah.
So it was an incident where, I think it was in 6th grade where we actually had sex education.
Okay.
And they took the girls to the cafeteria. They showed them a video while all the boys that's in the 6th grade, we're in our classrooms. It might be the 6th or 7th, but we're in the classrooms, and all of a sudden, you know, girls get let out. We see all the girls come back. Probably like 30 minutes later, I get a call to the principal office.
Yeah.
So mind you, it was this girl that was out there. Can't remember her name, but I knew she had a crush on me.
Yeah.
But the girl, little Caucasian white girl, she would run around and smack me on my butt a lot. Like literally all the time.
Gotta see where this going, man.
So they had the assembly. I get called to the office, and the girl that had told the principal, "Oh, Donald has been slapping me on my butt," because they kind of told her, like, anybody do this in school, so you should report it. So she goes to the principal and tell her.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm in 7th grade in there. My mom come.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. So finally, I get in the loop of where this girl have accused me of this. And of course, you know, I'm like, bro, I've never.
Yeah.
So finally, the principal brings in her friends and asks her friends the question, like, hey, do you see Donald smacking him?
Yeah.
Her friends tells the truth and say, no, he never. She smacks him on the butt. And I was able to stay in the school. So that was my first involvement of something like that in 7th grade. So, yeah, bro.
What's the feelings, like, what's the trust level now in terms of being in that dynamic that happens to you? Was it like, man, I don't really trust, I don't get down with nobody, I don't trust nobody? Was it that, or was it?
I wouldn't touch. I wouldn't even look at them that way.
I get it.
I wouldn't even look at them that way at all, man. It was to a point to where it's like, now, all right, I'm in a different world.
Yeah.
At 7th grade, this is my mind. Like, all right, I'm in a different world.
Yeah.
That's when I told you the recess and all that stuff became more of like my outlet.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Now, so you in 7th grade, bro. You starting to get bigger in terms of AAU. Now we know what side y'all on with the AAU. Was you rolling with DTA at the time too, or y'all was
Bro, you know, it's funny. A lot of people don't know a lot about this. So at that point in time, when my brother was playing with DTA, me playing basketball wasn't okay, Donald, let's get him going.
Yeah.
Because of course I didn't take ball serious.
Yeah, yeah.
So when DTA started coming around, my brother started getting big. Mm-hmm. We spent so much time in the gym.
Yeah.
Things start clicking for me. I'm like, oh, okay. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't necessarily play with DTA or anything. I actually played with Stay in the Game and Swish.
Yeah, shout out to both of them.
Yeah,
sides,
so I that's where I actually started. Started playing majorly. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's where I kind of landed.
Yeah. So you with them teams, bro, and them some definitely solidified programs. At what point did you really see your game start to blossom? Like, okay, it's starting to come together for me.
First, I started to hear it from coaches telling me, if you take this serious enough, you don't know how good you will be.
Yeah.
When I started hearing that, that's when I started saying, okay, let me get this going.
Yeah.
And that's when I started, like, it was more about home state. I was out there just shredding them dudes, bro.
Yeah.
So that's when it kind of started picking up for me.
Okay. So as we fast forward into 8th grade, and now, like, the next year, high schools is, in the picture. And for you in the Homestead system are, so you knew you was going there. At that time, was they pretty good? Not really. Actually, no, they definitely wasn't actually. Okay.
It was crazy because it was another guy that went to. So we actually had, when you went to school in Thingsville and Mequon, you had actually 2 different elementaries, 2 different middle schools, and then the high school.
Okay.
So it was a guy over on the other side.
Yeah.
And he was an athlete. His name was Mark Mexstroth.
Okay.
And he was on the other side. And when I tell you, me and him was rivals. Like middle school games, like we knew about each other.
Y'all won't smoke for each other.
Yeah. So when in high school came, I ended up breaking my foot or my leg the freshman year. So I missed half the season.
Damn.
Missed half the season, which he was playing. But the thing about it is, when I came back, of course, I played.
Yeah.
My sophomore year, I was the first sophomore to play varsity.
Okay, so they probably got the system freshman, JV, and okay. So your freshman year, do you think you would have got on that varsity squad right away?
I would easily play JV.
Okay,
easily,
JV.
Easily.
Okay.
I don't think I would have played varsity because it's too political.
You not, bro. You not the first person to say that with them schools, bro. Like Falls, G-Town, like other. No disrespect, but I've heard that narrative too much. Did that do anything for you? Like, man, I'm good enough to, but y'all got these.
That was the one of which we'll talk about, but further down the line, that was the main reason why I left Homestead.
Okay, we'll get into it. So we're going to fast forward to sophomore year, first sophomore on varsity. I know the confidence got to be, you know what I'm saying, up here. What did they have you playing at the time, bro?
The two.
Playing the two, shooter, lefty. So just give us the spiel, bro, how the season.
So the crazy thing about it is, so sophomore year playing VAR, first sophomore. Crazy thing about it is, this is when George Carl was here. His son, Kobe Carl.
Oh, yeah?
Played at Homestead above me that year.
Yeah.
Because it was his senior year.
Okay.
So my sophomore year, I was supposed to come in and play.
Yeah.
Kobe Carl came.
Yeah.
They got me on the bench. Ended up moving me a little bit more JV, mixture of VAR, stuff like that. So sophomore year wasn't really like a, even though I played good numbers, but it wasn't really like a, because Kobe Carl.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So unfortunately that happens, and you said he was 2 years ahead of you.
Yeah.
So that means the following year, junior year, he gone. Now it's probably some area to kind of, you know, make your mark. So just run us through junior year, bro.
Junior year was supposed to have been a great year. That was the problem. They didn't want to give me that ticket. They didn't want to give me that, and it was more so. Don't get me wrong, we had other seniors supposedly in front of me, but they wasn't better than me.
Yeah.
And that's when the political stuff came in. And Pop, I remember yesterday, I was so mad, so hurt, because at that year I was supposed to start, but they didn't start me. Which, you know, you young, you piss and don't understand. But I was so hurt and I was so mad.
Yeah.
My pops sat down and asked me, like, do you want me to go talk to him? He said, now, if I talk to him, I'm going to talk to him. Because Pops knew.
Right.
Pops understood what was going on.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to talk to him. Never forget, went in that office, they had a few words. Pop just told him, like, stop with the racist bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. You're gone. You're done. That was my last. That's what happened at Homestead. At that point, I was already trying to tell my mom to let me come back to Milwaukee Public Schools. Okay. Because it was a narrative going around. He can play out there, but he can't play in the city.
Okay, I get that. I hear that, and that's kind of unfair, but I get it.
Yeah.
So did you have that chip on your shoulder, man? Like, I'm gonna prove to these dudes, like.
Honestly, bro, I was always confident in myself.
Yeah.
Always confident in myself, and I knew what I was capable of.
Yeah. I'm
gonna be real with you. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. That's real.
I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck because it was like, excuse my language,
no,
bro.
You straight.
Yeah, but I didn't care, bro.
Yeah.
And that's why I be trying to I say a lot of times, like, yes, like, I'm from Milwaukee, but I've dealt with other things that, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as far as trying to prove something or care what other people think, I was almost past that at that age.
I respect it. I genuinely respect that. Just knowing, like, what you got going on. You know you got your little brother doing this, but you your own person. I'm me. Y'all can think what y'all want, but I'm me. So I respect that. So y'all, you get out of Homestead. Now, is it like different options for high school, or you was set on Bayview?
The only reason I got out of Homestead, and I was gonna actually continue to go to Homestead and just go to school.
Okay.
The reason why is Carlos Mays, that used to coach with Jones.
Yeah.
They were at Bayview at that time.
Okay.
Mays wanted me to come play for Jones.
Yeah.
And Mays, because Carlos Mays is from Gary.
Yeah.
He's close with my mom. They grew up together.
Okay.
That's the only person that could get me out of Homestead. He went to talk to my mom. My mom came and got me out to school.
So it was a wrap. So now, man, it's all set. You set to go to Bayview, be your Red Cat, man. And then in terms of just the dynamics, bro, you used to Homestead, used to being around a certain crop of people. Now you going to Bayview, it's the flip side. Was it any kind of like adjustment you had to make, or was it like, okay, this regular for me?
That's the thing, bro. Like, even though I went to Homestead, I was still coming to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And I was still hanging out with
You still
Milwaukee
from the city,
kids.
bro.
Yeah. So I still knew Q Bar.
Yeah.
I knew everybody. You know what I'm saying? But it was a turning point in my life, bro.
Okay.
And a turning point to say, for one, I would have never left Homestead. If I knew what I knew now, I would have never left Homestead. I probably wouldn't even let my pops talk to my coach. If I knew what I knew now.
Yeah.
But it was a turning point because, bro, it was different. It was unhinged.
Right. Yeah.
It was unhinged, bro.
Yeah.
It was unhinged. I love the people I was able to grow with, know. You know what I'm saying? But bro, I understand a lot.
Yeah, like, and I feel like at that age, bro, you a kid, you need structure. You need discipline, you need things to be a certain way. Then you go to a spot where you say it's unhinged and you probably like, man, what we on here, man? What we doing here? So the season starts for you. Just give me the rundown on just your experience playing for Bayview, bro.
So, crazy thing about this is, so the year, when I got to Bayview, I think it was in the middle of the year.
Okay.
So, I believe so. Or the start of the year. I can't remember. But I just remember the fact that Jones got fired. Jones got fired. They brought in another coach. And I ended up breaking my foot. I'll never forget. I was at the King Center hooping.
Yeah.
King Center hooping.
Yeah.
Ended up breaking my foot on the side of my foot. I was so hurt, crazy.
And you knew right away when it happened. Yeah.
I tried to be like, all right, is this? Nah, it was broke.
Yeah.
So, bro, I mean, when I tell you, crazy turn, because at that point I'm like, all right, I got to get better before the season.
Yeah.
I literally left for school to come play ball here. I had to get better.
Yeah.
I was able to get out of the cast. The new coach had no control over anything, bro. I don't even remember his name. But don't get me wrong. He only understood the fact that, okay, I know who played last year.
Yeah.
I know who have experience with this.
Yeah.
So, I'll never forget my first game. He really didn't play me. Bro, again.
Yeah.
This is the dynamic of the environment, because I don't think I would ever have done this if I was in Homestead.
Yeah.
But night of the game, we're we're playing.
Yeah.
I think he didn't put me in for like almost two quarters or something.
Yeah.
I think the third quarter he put me in for a minute and then pulled me out. I ended up getting up off the bench and walking off. I got up off the bench, walked off, ended up going to the locker room. It was this guy, assistant principal named Howell. I forgot this is his last name.
Yeah.
Named Howell. And when I came out the locker room from putting on my clothes, he's screaming across the gym. Mind you, the game is still going on.
Yeah.
He's screaming across the gym. Donald, get out my gym. Get out my gym. Get out my gym. I'm just like, bro, I'm literally leaving.
Yeah.
So obviously, power struck over him. So as I'm walking through one of the main doors trying to leave out the gym, the principal is there, said I can't go through these doors.
Yeah.
So I have to turn around and go directly back across the gym where I just came from to go out the other side doors to get to the buses, the late buses. As I do that, I'm walking across. He's still yelling. Mind you, it's a gym full of people, parents, everybody. He's still yelling. So he like, that's it. You are kicked off the team. You are no longer on this team. Get out my gym. This is what he's saying, all this.
Yeah.
So I just turned around and told him, all right, bro, meet me outside. I'm going to see you outside. Boom. Mind you, he didn't come outside or anything.
Yeah.
We ended up leaving. Come back. I think that was a Friday. Come back Monday. I get here over the loudspeaker. Donald, can you come to the office?
Yeah.
You're on a 5-day suspension. You know, 5 days means expulsion. That's how I got kicked out of Bayview.
Oh, man. Bruh, where can I start with? Man, was it? Damn. Oh, how can I?
But don't get me wrong, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, though.
Yeah.
Grades dropped tremendously. My grades were horrible.
Yeah.
Wasn't hardly going to class, any of that. Because, like I said, unhinged.
Did you even just feel motivated to want to just be something there? Or just...
It wasn't that, bro.
Yeah.
Again, I understand now. It's our environment.
Yeah. That's
it's
the
our
culture.
peers.
Yeah, that's the culture. I get it.
And it's not a bad thing because I get it, but that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Because, bro, I used to feel things pulling me saying, do this.
Yeah.
You know you're supposed to do this.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, you can go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Was moms and pops on your ass though when your grades started to dip a little bit? Bro, was they like, hey man?
At this time, moms and pops wasn't together.
Okay.
I think they stopped talking around when I was 13, 12, 13. Don't get me wrong, pops was still in our lives.
Yeah.
Like any problems, mom's calling pops. We already knew what time it was. All that. Pops was still in our lives, but moms was more of the bearer of it.
Because y'all was living where y'all was.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mom's was more of the bearer of it.
Yeah.
So, so when we go into the call us in, and this is when I really kind of opened up my eyes a lot too. They run me in. So the next Monday we had a meeting for the expulsion.
Yeah.
And moms is sitting in there.
Yeah.
It's just me and moms, and they talking to her, telling her everything. Everything she ain't knowing, like, oh, your son don't, everything. Bro, when I seen, first of all, she turned to me and slapped me. Mind you, right in front of the principal, all that shit.
Take that one, bro.
Facts, bro.
Take that one.
But you know what hurted me more than that?
Yeah.
Seeing her cry.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Seeing her cry, bro.
Yeah.
Seeing her cry and understanding that I knew what she was trying to help us do when she put us in. Yeah. You feel me what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And for me to come here to let all that shit go away. Yeah. That's what hurt me the most. Yeah. And so that's where I ended up at Pulaski.
Yeah. Let me ask you this too, bro. Just you being the big brother, and you the big. It's not like you got another big brother over y'all. Did you ever feel like, come on, man, I'm bugging, bro. I can't allow this to be the example for
all the time.
For young, bro. Okay.
All the time.
That's real.
All the time, because that's when I told you that's when that pull come.
Yeah.
Because I knew what I was supposed to do.
Right.
But I also knew what I was around. Yeah. And that's what we still have today, bro. Yeah. We still have this today being adults.
Oh, that's right.
Like, you know what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But it's so much culture and, you feel me? So, same shit to this day.
I hear you, bro. So, unfortunately, man, the Bayview situation don't work out. And then you end up finishing up at Pulaski. You didn't play there at all,
nope.
Did you? So, you just finished up. So, now is playing in college, is that in your mind at all? Or are you like, man, I'm square one. I don't know what's going to happen.
Bro, it's so funny. At this time, Pops kind of lost faith in me.
Yeah.
I low-key had a horrible... So, Pulaski... They literally let me graduate. I needed a passing grade in English to graduate. I had to take a test, English test, which I had to take anyway. Yeah. And because I passed it, that allowed me to graduate. Okay. I graduated with a 1.9, mind you. A 1.9, bro, mind you. I came to Milwaukee Public Schools with a high 2.6, close to 3.0. Yeah. So it wasn't like I couldn't do the work. Yeah. Again, temptation, environment. Yeah. So, graduated, bro. At this point, bro, I was like, fuck basketball. Yeah. I didn't care, bro. Yeah. I love watching my brother play. That's a lot of people didn't understand. I used to hear it all the time, like, oh, quit, I'm jealous of this. Bro, why? Right. It's my brother, bro. My mom taught me, my pops taught me, these are your siblings. Take care of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, that's anytime. So for me, I'm just, my brother, you feel me what I'm saying? Yeah. So the crazy thing about it is, my pops had The reason, so my first college was Robert Morris in Chicago.
Yeah.
This is when they was popping.
Yeah, that's a good look.
Yeah, exactly. They was popping. I ended up just enrolling in there.
Okay.
And I enrolled because Pops told me, you might as well just get a job. You ain't go to college because your degree, all this stuff. Crazy thing about it is, I wasn't going to take was it ACT or ACSS? Yeah. I wasn't going to take the test. Moms told me, go take that test.
Yeah.
I ended up scoring a 21 on it, 2100.
Okay, yeah. Solid.
So Robert Morris allowed me to come to school based off that.
Just strictly off, okay.
Rather than my grade point average.
That's love, though.
Yeah. So then, that's when I'm like, all right, let me do this the right way. That's when it's, all right, let me do this the right way. When I got to Robert Morris, I went to, this guy named Dustin Childs, it's my boy. He was my roommate.
Yeah.
But we went down to Robert Morris, and he was a manager for the team. He ended up becoming a manager.
Yeah.
So, shit, I started going to the open gyms and hooping.
Let me see what I can.
Start becoming close with some of the teammates because I'm going to open gyms.
Yeah.
Merc killing them.
Yeah.
Mind you, bro, these NLAA dudes that are away from D1.
Yeah.
So I had a good dude, might as well say a mentor that was there. His name was Jerome.
Okay.
Bro, Jerome, I forgot his last name. When I tell you cold, sick.
Yeah.
And they ended up putting together, like the Robert Morris putting together a team where we played colleges, but they're trying to basically pick up players from that little team from Robert Morris.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I played there. I played on that little team, and they ended up low-key was gonna end up giving me a ride. Jerome pulled me to the side and said, "Bro, you still got time to go somewhere better than this.
Okay.
Do not sign."
Yeah.
That's when I ended up coming home. I dropped out of Robert Morris. I just stopped going. Well, I didn't stop going at the end of the semester because it was a year-round school. It was crazy. Ended up coming back home. During this time I was home, as soon as I got home, I hit the internet. Started looking at any and every JUCO I could.
Yeah.
Any and every. I started understanding Division I JUCOs, Division II.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So at that time, I knew Indian Hills JUCO. I'm like, Indian Hills is a buzzing JUCO. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I searched the conference that Indian Hills was in and sent like 10, I don't know how many schools my resume and was like, look, I will drive to you myself just to try out. A few teams offered me to do it. It was one particular team, which college, which Marshalltown, Iowa.
Oh, shout out to Marshalltown.
Yeah. That's the team that actually I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to them.
Let me ask you this. Let me take a quick pause, because it seemed like at this point, okay, you got some fire in you, bro. You motivated. Did you go back to Pops and be like, hey man, like I'm serious. Like, can you help me any way you can help me out, bro? I'd appreciate it. Did you have that convo at all?
No, it wasn't even that convo, man. Like, so how me, my brother, and my sister, we were raised different.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was the oldest. My brother the youngest, and you got my sister in the middle.
Yeah.
Of course, it was my job to always look out for my younger ones.
Yeah.
Pops it was certain things how Pops did things with me than he did different with them.
Okay.
The things he did with me made me self-sufficient, made me self-reliant, made me do and say, okay, I'm going to go out and do this.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So when that happened, Pops knew I was coming home to go back to basketball, but it wasn't really like, all right, let's do this. Don't get me wrong, we got in the gym for sure.
Yeah.
But he understood, like, all right, he's serious.
I got to let dude rock on this.
Yeah.
I get it. I respect it too. So you come home, bro, and then you figure out Marshalltown is the move. All right, run us through, man, the next moves with that, man.
Marshalltown was great. This is when Mike Taylor was out.
Shout out to Mike T.
Listen, man. So actually, Mike Taylor had something to do a little bit as far as the Marshalltown thing too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think I ended up telling him about me going out there to go try out. But anyway, he was at Iowa State or whatever the case may be. But Marshalltown was a great thing, man. I went out there spring because when I left Robert Morris, it was the summer.
Yeah.
So when I tried out, they already had their scholarships for Marshalltown. So what he said was, come back in the spring.
Yeah.
We'll give you a full ride to where you can finish off the first year. Next year, you'll be able to play. So that's what I did. Marshalltown would have been great if I would have listened to the coach.
Yeah.
My first semester there.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm practicing with the team. Mm. So when I tried out, I killed the team. He offered me the ride. I'm practicing with the team during spring. Yeah. So I'm killing them. The coach tells me, hey, stay here for the summer and work out.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a job. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You can work, but I would just want you to focus on basketball. What you think I did?
Went back to the mill,
Came back to Milwaukee, bro. Came back home.
Oh, man.
Came back home, got out of shape. Terrible, bro. Didn't go back in shape. That's crazy thing. Second year, that's when my first year playing Slug.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, exactly, man. He ended up coming out there with me. Brung him out there with me and all that. So that was the second year. Second year was to a point to where, bro, I'm going to be real with you. I'm a Milwaukee dude. Smoke bud.
Yeah.
Smoke bud, bro. So the second year, things was good, but I'll never forget. Me and Slug was roommates.
Yeah.
It was me, Slug, my guy named Tommy Clark, and my guy named Bobby.
Okay.
Bobby was from Cali. Tommy was from Michigan, Ypsilanti. And then you had me and Slug. We was all roommates. And mind you, we knew do not smoke in these apartments. Do not smoke in these apartments.
Come on, bro. Come on.
So,
come on, man.
Mind you, like most of the season, we smoking in apartments. Smoking in our room with the towel on the door. So it's good. This particular night, bro, it was one particular night. It was probably 2 days before I said, you know what, I'm done smoking.
Yeah.
Mind you, went 2 days, was not smoking.
Yeah.
The night, it was crazy. Slug, Tommy, and Bobby, they in the other room. It was somebody else in the other room. They were smoking. Not in my room. Yeah. We got 2 rooms. Me and Slug room.
Yeah.
So I'm in my room. So mind you, the fire alarms go off.
Oh, come on.
I'm in my room chilling.
Yeah.
So I tell them, hey, look, stay in there. I'm going to go to the door.
Yeah.
Cool. Coach come. Fire alarm go off. It ain't us. Oh, okay. Where's the other guys? I don't know. Yeah. I'm in my room. Okay. I'll be back. I'm like.
I would have like, hey, man, something up.
Listen, I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
So I should have left the room, but he comes in. He goes in my room, was like, where's Henry? Because he called him Henry.
Yeah.
He was like, where's Henry, Bobby? I'm like, shit, I think they in their room.
Yeah.
He come knock on their door, knock on it again. He opened the door, cloud of smoke, smack him in the face.
Come on, man.
So he was like, oh, we're drug testing you guys in the morning. I was like, I'm good, I ain't smoked. So mind you, at that time, we know about what it was, niacin, the niacin pills, and we know about water. I had a jug of water, and I already popped two niacins.
Yeah.
So I'm in there, bro, all night, hot, scratching, drinking water, finished a gallon.
Yeah.
I forgot. I think I started laughing at Slug, because Slug was like, man, because he was starting this gallon. I think he got to half the gallon. He was like, bro, I can't do this. Fuck this shit. If he gonna send me home, he gonna send me home.
Man, y'all ain't have a steam room,
bro? Nothing, bro.
Yeah.
So next day, we go in there, drug test, bro. Mind you, bro, I know I'm clean, bro.
Yeah.
I know I am, bro. Everybody pissed. Somehow, me and my boy Tommy is dirty. Bobby's dirty, but Slug is clean. But I already understood, because me and the coach, we had he didn't like me for not even staying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Yeah, so that was what happened at Marshalltown, bro, and I got up out of there. Me and my boy Tommy, we had another D1, Owens Community College out in Ohio.
Yeah. And, bro, before we get there, man, I think the city would appreciate this, man. If you could say some good words about Slug one time, bro.
Bro, that was my brother, bro. That was my guy, bro. Got him tatted still. You know what I'm saying? I still think about him to the day.
Yeah.
Bro, Slug was different, man.
Yeah.
Always, bro. When I tell you, bro, you would think Slug was this mean dude, bro. Like, Slug always smile, always laughing, joking. He joked too much, bro. That was my boy, bro.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to him, man. So, you make the move to Owens, bro. You got another fresh start, man. What's the move now? And like, so are you a sophomore at this point? Or
Yeah.
Are you still okay?
Yeah, I'm a sophomore.
So your sophomore year, you at a new JUCO, bro. What's going on through your head, man?
Just like at this point in time, bro, I'm 30 minutes away from Corey.
Okay.
At that summer,
Yeah.
State told me to come work out with them.
Yeah.
I worked out with Michigan State that whole summer, bro.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I worked out with them. So I was going in there with like, all right, let's get it done.
Yeah.
Let's get it done. Owens was different. Just another time where, up and down season. Still burning bud. Don't get me wrong, got my degree.
That's what's up.
But it was just more like, bro, like, don't get me wrong, basketball was the move. And I was getting looks, but that's when Real called me.
Shout out to Real, man.
That's when Real called me,
shout out to
man.
Bro, man. Shout out to Big Bro.
I never forget. I don't know. I think I was in my room and he was just like, bro, I got to school. I'm like, Real, what you talking about? He was like, bro, Tuskegee. It's in Alabama.
Yeah.
Bro. He said, I'm going to have a coach call you. Next thing I know, coach called me. Coach came to see me play.
Yeah.
Coach brought me to the office. Hey. But it was so funny. So he come see me play. And he bring me to the office. He asked me, he was like, all right. He was like, what are you looking for next year? Mind you, HBCU. I don't really know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've had my experience going to all white schools and things.
Yeah.
So he was like, HBCU, historical black college. He was like, have you ever been to the South? And I'm just like, nah. He was like, well, what are you expecting next year? I'm like, shit. He's like, do you want to start? I'm like, yeah, I want to start.
Yeah.
And he was just like, well, I have a guy, which is my boy GP. I got a guy, a senior that's that he can shoot very well, and he's gonna end up starting next year.
Yeah.
But I can see you coming off as the sixth man for sure. And when he said that, I was like, okay. Then he was just like, well, there's another thing. I was like, what's up? He was like, well, there's 1 to 4 to women. I said, what you mean? I said, what you say?
I don't think he should have told you that.
Bro, I swear it went just like that. I said, what you mean?
Yeah.
He said, every man is 1 to 4 women. I said, oh yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. Real coming?
Yeah.
What? Oh yeah, I'm coming. Yeah. So that was a wrap off of that, man. That's how I got to Tuskegee.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep it PG, and people gonna know. So how were the sights when you got down there? Since it's 4-1 in terms of the
so
the
mind you, bro. Me just being around. Now I got this experience. Okay.
Yeah.
And because again, like I always tell people, bro, like my mind worked totally different.
Yeah.
From that experience with that situation in middle school.
Oh.
It made me so observant and so like I pay attention to everything.
Yeah.
So when I got to college, bro, Rel will tell you, bro, I wasn't like a party animal.
Okay.
I didn't do I smoked bud.
Yeah.
But you'll catch me in the gym, my room, smoking, chilling. Rel used to have to beg me to come to the club some nights.
Yeah.
But as far as it was more, bro, I was around something that we was never taught.
Yeah.
The greatness of our culture.
Oh yeah, yeah. For sure.
Of the inventions.
Yeah.
We have Booker T. Washington house on the it's different. Yeah. It's different when you can see that, like, man, like I said, like coming from Wisconsin, you don't see black people farming. You don't you don't see a lot of this stuff. And like I said, bro, like, and I understand, like, don't get me wrong, bro. I understand people's minds are different, but this is what I'm paying attention to, starting to see, and like, damn, bro, like, we were powerful, and we're not even taught this, here. So, yeah, HBCU was obviously PG was great, the PG-13 was great, but it was more, bro, like at the time of me leaving high school, my life has been literally just observing and understanding my journey.
Yeah, for sure. What was just, and like you said, going to an HBCU and seeing all those things, the sense of pride and self at that time, just being around that, bro, what was you feeling at that time just about yourself and just seeing all these inspirational things down there? Did it get you to be like, you know what, I could do something one day? Like,
this is when I started really understanding us, man. That's when I started understanding spirituality more.
Yeah.
I started fading away and from the religion source of our world. I started to understand who we are.
Yeah.
Chakras. I understand just a lot of different things. Understanding you got 15 type of different senses instead of the 5 that they tell you. Like, I started this documentary. Actually, Mike Taylor. Shout out to Mike Taylor. Mike Taylor had introduced me to our heritage that's untold. You ever heard of the Hidden Colors?
No.
It's a DVD series called The Hidden Colors. It's literally about our heritage, us as a people. It goes deep. And it's got like 4 DVDs. Me and Mike used to get blazed and watch them boys. Blazed and watch them boys like over and over again. And that's where, man, like I said, like being around that power in HBCU, just it does something to you to where it's like, no, we just not this, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want more.
For sure. So you do your thing at Tuskegee, and then just in terms of playing, when the season started, man, how was it looking for you?
Season was fun, bro. It was great ups and downs. Obviously, again, bro, our coach was crazy. We had 15 players on our roster. 15 players on our roster, bro. So it's always a battle.
Okay, that's not good for confidence.
It's always a battle. You never know when you're gonna play. You never,
right.
You know what I'm saying. But don't get me wrong, had a solid career there. What messed me up was marijuana. Crazy thing about it is, obviously got left Iowa for it. Tuskegee, it was great up until literally, I think it was regionals. Random drug test, bro.
It's probably, I get that.
Random drug test, bro. Random.
Damn. So you had the drug test, and I'm assuming that didn't come back how you wanted it. So what happens after that?
Had the obviously the interview with the NCAA. Coach really didn't fight for me. So he ended up linking me up with a school in Talladega.
Okay.
That's where I finished my career. At that time, bro, I was over basketball. Was it just one of those things where, like, I've been doing this so long, it's cool, I love it, but like it got to be something else more out there for me? Was that the feeling for you at the time? It definitely was more like, all right, I love the game. I'm tired of dealing with people around the game.
I'm the same way, bro. I'm the same way.
Because you love it. It's just like with work. You can love something so much to a point where people will make you hate what you do. And so that's where it got to a point. It got to a point to where, but I also started looking at, like, I didn't know where I was, bro. I was lost. I didn't know where I was.
When you going through that, did you have some type of outlet you could vent, or like just somebody?
No, because I wasn't even around those type of people yet. I wasn't, well, not even gonna say yet. Don't get me wrong, like I said, Mike introduced me to a lot of different things, so I can go back and always just kind of, but I was missing more. I was missing a lot more because, like I said, bro, I was just, and this is a time where when I left Talladega, I actually went back to Indianapolis. My mom was staying in Indianapolis. And I lived out there for a few years. And when I was out there, I was working at the Amazon factory. I was working, bro. That's the one thing about me. Even when I was in high school, bro, a lot of people didn't know I kept a job. Pops, I was working with Pops, but I also kept another job. Like, I was always to a point to where, like, I didn't believe in that drug selling, none of that. I wasn't on that. But it was more about, working. So I always kept a job. And that was one thing about me, bro. My determination and things, like, bro, so I always kept a job. But during that time, man, I was just living with moms, trying to figure it out, bro.
Yeah.
Trying to figure it out.
I hear you, bro. And then so, because you was able to have a pro career, what happened to where you got back into the game? What was the move to get back and pursue a pro career?
Bro, really just me still being active in basketball.
Yeah.
I never stopped playing.
Okay.
I never stopped playing. I always played in little leagues and stuff like that. But it was more of like, I sat down, bro, and when I was in Indianapolis, bro, I was never around people. I was around my mom, my cousins was out there sometimes, but when I say around homies, friends, or anything, I wasn't around anybody.
Okay.
And that's where I was able to find out, okay, who are you? What do you want to do? I went through, like, the year, I'll never forget, when I was working at Amazon, bro. I was working at Amazon, and I was just like, every day I used to go in that thing, I'm like, what do you want to do with your life?
Yeah.
And I always come back to, I love basketball.
Yeah.
I love basketball. Even though it didn't go right, I love basketball. So that's when I was just like, all right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work, but I'm going to just keep playing.
Yeah.
I'm going to find me a semi-pro league or a semi-pro team, which Dayton came along, Ohio, and I'm going to play.
Okay.
And so that's what happened.
Okay. So you get back into the game, man, and the Dayton opportunity comes around, bro. What's the feeling just getting back on? You back with a team. You back in your familiar, bro. What's that feeling like?
I was on cloud 9.
Yeah.
I was going hard.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give 30 every game.
Yeah, yeah.
I still got film that on YouTube that I watch sometimes where I'm just like, I was hungry. I was hungry for it. Didn't understand how I was going to actually get overseas, because that was the goal now. Yeah. Getting overseas, that was the goal. I don't give, like a lot of people tell you, you know how many times I heard give it up, all that stuff. But that was the goal, was to get overseas. So, man, after my first year I got done, I get a call from Mike. Okay. Now this time where Mike is already in LA, he already got drafted by the Clippers and all that. So, you know what I'm saying, Mike called me and was like, D, come out here for 2 weeks and just work out with me. All right, bet, say less. Yeah. After I got done with semi-pro, literally jumped on a flight with a duffel bag, workout clothes, shorts, just be cool for the summer or 2 weeks, went out there. Yeah. At the end of the 2 weeks, bro, Mike told me to stay for the whole summer. Invited me to stay for the whole summer. So, which I did. Yeah. By the end of the summer, I was able to get I had my shit together where I was able to get an apartment. But during that's how I got to Cali, bro. That's what's up, man. Salute to Mike for that. And, bro, I salute that, because Mike in the league, he doing that, but he ain't forget about you. He could have easily, you know what I mean? No, I ain't got time. But, like, he reached back to his homie, man, and that's what's up. So you get to Cali, you do your thing. Now what's the move, bro? Because I know something probably bubbling. What's the move? So I get out there in Cali, man. The summer went great. Got introduced to a lot of dudes. Watched Mike play in the Drew League, kill the Drew League. Got introduced to my trainer, which is one of the big trainers out there in Cali. And it was just work from there. Yeah. That next year, I literally worked at LAX. Okay, yeah. I worked at LAX and I trained. Yeah. And that's what I did. And then by that next summer, I was able to get an invite over to an academy in Spain. Okay. Yeah. And that's where I went to Spain. That's how I got on. That's what's up. So what's the feeling, man? You put in all the hard work. You working a job. You staying in the gym. Now you get an invite, bro. What's the feeling, man? It was surreal, bro. It was great. I was nervous. Because I didn't know what to expect. Yeah. I didn't care about the basketball part because I'm like, bro, I'm here right now. I ain't tripping. It was more about the uncertain. That's the only thing we kind of worry about is the uncertainty. Yeah. And that's what I was kind of worried about. Like, man, how is this and what if and that was the major things. But man, when I got that call, bro, it was a blessing. Yeah. And yeah, bro. What was the call when you tell moms, like, mama, man, I got
These people want me, man. I'm headed to Spain.
So
What was that called, bro?
Honestly, bro, I just told her, I was like, I didn't even tell her like they even offered or like asked for me. I just told her like, look, I'm finna go over to this academy.
Yeah.
And I'm finna just hoop.
Yeah.
And if anything comes good, hopefully I can get a deal.
Yeah.
Bro, like for me, through my years of playing, well, that time where people was telling me to give up and stop, I stopped telling people a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay. I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
now it's just more, hey, I'm finna go do this.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, if you know, you know, but I get it.
Yeah.
Respect. So, man, you get it cracking in Spain. So, give me the rundown, bro. How's Spain going for you?
Spain was lovely, bro.
Yeah.
Of course, came out there going crazy. Spain was different. Met up some great people, some great, which I'm still cool with. The first place was Girona.
Okay.
45 minutes outside of Barcelona.
Okay.
City life.
Yeah.
Cool area. We had fun.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. Second place was La Linea.
Okay.
Now, mind you, just pay attention to what I'm telling you. So the first place was like a city.
Yeah.
Second place, La Linea. Resort. I'm in a hotel. Off my balcony, I can see Morocco. I can see Africa. Oh, and it's a little island out there called Gibraltar. It's like it's a part of London. It's not even a part of Spain, or it's crazy. So that's my second. Third place, Bosnia, third world country.
Oh,
mind you, how I got home, because they gave me an opportunity. They chose me. They was like, look, for the first part, you can live with the team, or we can put you in an apartment by yourself.
Yeah.
In the city.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want the apartment by myself.
Yeah.
At this point in time in my life, bro, I just want to experience everything.
Yeah.
Because I understand now at this time that when I got overseas and started hooping, my life wasn't about basketball.
Mm-hmm.
We get told so much, ball is life, basketball, you're a basketball player. At that point in time, I understood basketball was my ticket to find out what was next, to find out what I want to do next.
That's dope.
So when I was over in Europe, it wasn't me like, oh, I'm just trying to party. Don't get me wrong, I've been to them clubs, had fun. But you would catch me in a different city, walking around looking at buildings, learning what they went through and stuff like that. So Bosnia, so I tell them to go to me myself and never forget. The way I had to go home, it was only one bus to go down the street. But the bus line stopped at a certain point to where I had to walk 10 minutes away from the bus line. Mind you, where I had to walk, this is the city. So Sarajevo is the capital of Bosnia.
Yeah.
You have the main part of the city.
Yeah.
But on the, like, I ain't gonna say outskirts, because you can easily access them.
Yeah.
But them other areas, they're third world country.
I'm
bro.
about to say, what was the safety level like at that?
but the crazy thing about it is, bro, and this is how I learned, bro. This is how I learned how to live through love.
Yeah.
You would think these people mean looking, bro. I ain't gonna lie. The first time I'm walking, they just staring at me.
Yeah.
Mind young dudes, hats, staring at me. Mind you, I'm nervous, but I'm like, shit. They understand I'm here for ball because they don't have black people there.
Yeah.
Bro, they like, hey. So fuck it, I'm gonna go over there. What's up?
Yeah.
Can we take a picture? Bro, they ain't never really seen black people like that.
Yeah.
So took a picture. I had my hat. It was funny. I'll never forget. I had my hat backwards at the time. The dude had his hat forward. He looked at me. Put it back. Took a picture. So that's when I found out. I'm like, bro, you just because they look like something, bro, like
that's
you know what I'm saying, talk. You know what I'm saying. So during that time, bro, when I was walking home all the time, bro, after that encounter, and they seen that, oh, you take pictures, all that, bro. I was always, hey, how you doing? So it was cool.
That's what's up, man.
That's cool.
So was Bosnia the last place you ended up playing, bro?
Yeah, man. Last place, I actually had a deal to go somewhere the next year. I had a deal to go somewhere.
Speak on that, man.
I had a deal to go play in, it's a little place. It's where France and Spain meet. It's a little place over there. I forgot what it was called. Samir, I forgot what it's called. But I had a place. So the thing about that was, the deal was for me to come over there. Mind you, it wasn't for much money of where it's worth it going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going because I'm like, it's basketball.
Yeah.
I want to get out of the States.
Yeah.
But it's good money.
Yeah.
They also was going to allow me to learn Spanish.
Okay.
While helping something in the school, so it's going to add more money.
Yeah.
This time in my head, I'm like, God, I think I was 33.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, I'm getting older. I do want to go play top league, which it is possible.
Yeah.
But how long do I have?
Mm-hmm.
What am I gonna do after this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm having those thoughts. The day of me supposed to leave, I get a call from the team. Sorry, man, we got some unfortunate news. We have to cancel your contract. Why? The sponsor that we had to basically pay everything that we're gonna give you backed out. Mind you, when you think about stuff like that, you gotta be like, all right, what type of league, what type of city, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, okay, cool. This is the crazy thing. The second time when I was in La Línea, right before I went to La Línea, I had a homeboy that was in Cali. I was kicking it with. I was chilling, and he said, "I want to show you something." I'm like, "All right, what do you want to show me?" He was like, "I want to show you Forex, some trading, day trading."
Yeah.
He was like, "I'm finna turn this $50 into, I think he was into 300 an hour." I'm like, "All right, okay."
Right.
Showed me. I was hooked.
Yeah.
That's my next. That's my next.
Yeah.
So I already knew the fact that, okay, I want to learn how to trade.
Okay.
But when that happened, when that deal fell through, I was like, cool.
Yeah.
On to the next.
Right.
No hard feelings. I did what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Even though it took longer than most.
Yeah.
I did it, bro.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to prove nobody wrong. This shit was for me. To show me that I could do this shit. After that, it was a wrap.
Okay. And that's a beautiful thing to walk away from the game on your terms. But it's dope that you found that next just like passion. So you get introduced to finance in that way. Now are you all in on it, or what's the plan to like find your lane in finance, bro?
I wasn't even all in at that point. So at that point I came back, I was like, all right, let me start making money. I'm in California.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back home.
Right.
I don't want to move California.
Yeah.
I want to be here. What can I do? Okay, so I ended up coaching 2 teams. I coached a middle school, which I was a middle school coach, and at the same time I was coaching an AAU team. AAU team out there, AAU is damn near year round.
Yeah.
Year round all the time. So you always have action. Then I ended up through the coaching. I met a guy who owned these homes that work with adults with mental disabilities.
Okay.
He ended up hiring me, so I had that, and then I ended up picking up a little gig of overnight security.
Okay.
So I did that, man.
He was active, bruh.
Bro, listen, I did that for a good, probably like a year and a half.
When did you sleep, my guy?
Don't get me wrong, it worked out because, bro, I understood like I'm in California, bro.
Yeah.
And to order to make it, you have to build some type of foundation. But
That's
the
true.
only thing about it is that money still wasn't getting it. Like wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
And during that time, I was still learning how to trade and stuff. I was still learning how to trade.
Yeah.
So I had a good friend I went to Talladega with.
Okay.
Crazy. It was an Armenian girl.
Okay.
Armenian, and she went to HBCU because Talladega is HBCU too as well. So that already took my head like, bro, you're Armenian. All right, cool, whatever.
Share the love.
Cool. She's from LA, so I always kept in touch with her. And when I was in Cali, we got back in touch. It was cool, whatever. But she ended up getting into what I'm in now, the financial industry. And she ended up reaching out to me. She was like, D, I know you trade, and I know you working 4 jobs. You need to come look at this opportunity. Mind you, being who we are, not understanding business, that's a totally different world that I don't understand. I understand making money with labor. Being an employee, that's what I understood.
Yeah.
So when she's telling me about this, it doesn't sound anything. It sounds like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It took me a whole year. The only way she got me into that office is if she called me and said, hey, You're my homie. We're friends.
Trust me, probably. Yeah.
Come look at my business. That's all I want you to do.
Yeah.
I went up there, bro. It slapped me in my face.
Yeah.
Why it slapped me in my face is because, first of all, this office was Armenian-based office. I was the first black dude in there. But the thing about it is when somebody gave me the presentation, for one, it wasn't the fact that he was Armenian. It was the fact that he could barely speak English, making $500K annually and growing.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But mind you, bro, this is a totally different world than I only understand working in labor. That's the only thing I understand.
Yeah.
So the business aspect, mind you, I went to school and got a business degree. But that business degree is teaching you how to run someone else's business.
Yeah. Not be
you
your
feel
own.
me?
Yeah.
So when I'm seeing this, the only thing that I understood is, bro, you're talking about money, where obviously you're an immigrant. Kudos to you. You came here, built you something.
Yeah.
But how the hell am I allowing this to happen right in my face?
Yeah.
No disrespect, but I grew up in America, bro.
Yeah.
I should know this stuff.
That's facts.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what made me get into that.
That's facts, because just even in my job, you see like a lot of like restaurants and businesses owned by people from that they're not from here, especially in certain like black areas, and you like, man, we got the whole hood. We don't own not one thing on this block. We won't even own the house we live in. So I know what you mean. So you basically you informed, you enlightened. What ways do you go to attack this stuff to learn it, bro, and just get accustomed to it?
I'll jump head, bro.
I'm already
whole
knowing,
body,
bro.
full body.
I'm already knowing.
I jump in.
Yeah.
So in our company we have different levels.
Yeah.
I'll just say the level I'm at right now, the next level in this business world, they consider your business starting.
Okay.
Even though everything is going now, it means just it started. So mind you, so I'm right now what they call me is a marketing director. I hit my marketing director promotion in 2 years.
Okay.
There's people that's in the company that haven't hit it and they've been in 7, 8, 9, 10 years. I hit the ground running, bro.
Yeah.
But the thing about it was, I had posted something on my Facebook, bro, and it was from Cam Newton's podcast, and he was talking to, I forgot his name. He's a Islam brother though. And he
I know you talking about.
And he basically said something that I figured out. He said, our counterparts, white people, yes, they might play for sports. Yes, they might want to get to the big leagues, but if they don't, they take what they've experienced out of it, the discipline.
That's facts.
I figured that out when I came into I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that basically people that run a business, build a business, you basically doing the same thing that athletes do.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, let me start doing this shit then.
That's real. And let me ask you this, because you could be used to getting a certain amount of money. You're used to managing money a certain way. Now you in a different tax bracket. Stuff coming more. Did you have to switch up the ways you was handling your funds? Did you learn new ways to budget? How was you able to manage this new lifestyle you got?
So now it was more about listening to my coaches.
Yeah.
Bro, this is one thing, bro. And I think I grew out of this even when I understood that I had nothing to prove with basketball.
Yeah.
And that's just before I even went overseas. Because, like I said, that was all for me.
Yeah.
Bro, the things that we spend our money on, for what?
That's facts. That is facts.
I was never my parents never raised us to be flashy. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I worked. I had J's. I bought Jabos. My checks went to these type of things.
Yeah.
But I myself was never a Louis, Gucci.
Yeah.
None of that.
Yeah.
I didn't care. Bro, but the thing about it is, like I said, I went to school in Mequon. I seen people with money.
Yeah. Not be that. Yeah.
With real money.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Wealth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I came in the industry, it was easy for me to start saying, I don't need it. But also, bro, it changes. When you see something that you want and you can't afford, when you get that money, you don't even want it no more.
That's a fact. I agree with that too.
You don't want it no more.
I can agree with that too. Let me ask you this, bro. Just in terms of our community and just financial responsibility, what are some missteps you just see in our community when it comes to funds? And what's some stuff you would suggest we as people do to kind of, get our stuff together?
Bro, so me being in the industry for this long, I've been in the industry 7 years, bro.
Yeah.
And I've helped a lot of people.
Yeah.
When I first came in the industry, my biggest goal was to help our people.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotta help my people.
Yeah.
That was the biggest frustrating time of my career. I learned the fact that I wasn't working for the color of my skin.
Right.
I'm really working with mindsets, bro.
Yeah.
We have the mindset to build what we want to build. I'll give you a prime example. I had a client one time. They sent me a video of understanding wills and trusts, how they can pull money out, all this. Mind you, black person. Hey, you know how to do this? I'm like, yeah, we do all that.
Yeah.
What's up? Man, I'm trying to do that. Okay. People see the end result of what you can have and forget the process.
No, that's fact.
So when I bring them to the front of the process, they're uninterested. They just want to see the goals and want to see I want that, but won't take the time.
Yeah.
So with us, bro, that's what it is. It's a race of the Joneses, bro. I live in LA. The only real true access I have to Milwaukee, mind you, I haven't been in Milwaukee. This is my first time visiting in a year. The only time I have access is I look on Facebook.
Yeah.
I follow everyone that I basically grew up with. I see everything that's posted. Only thing I can do is shake my head.
Yeah. Yeah, you ain't wrong, man. Unfortunately, I get it.
Yeah, bro. I mean, but don't get me wrong, bro. Like I said, it's our environment. It's about what we're around. It's about what we put in, bro.
Yeah.
That dieting, not only just about your body, but about your mind.
No, that's
real, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, let me tell you something, bro. I've had somebody tell me one time, you think you too spiritual, or you think you so spiritual.
Yeah.
Bro, I speak on what I read. I speak on what I watch. I speak on what I feed to myself. I can't speak on, you can ask me anything about the Diddy trial, anything. I don't fucking know, bro.
Same here.
I don't fucking know.
Hey, same here, bro.
Even with the whole presidency.
Yeah.
Bro, it's so much that we don't understand that we choose not to understand it.
Yeah.
And then when we do understand, we still say, fuck it. I still want to go with this crowd.
Yeah.
Bro, in LA, bro, you don't see the wealthy over there, the poor over there. You don't see that.
Yeah.
You could be listening to a multi-millionaire next door where he live in the same building as you, and you would never know it because LA, I mean, bro, it's just really about what you around, bro. And that's the most important thing, bro.
That's dope. And the cool thing I'm hearing from you, dog, is like, I feel like the discipline and sometimes moves you should have made when you played the game is moves you did with finance. When you was able to get into finance, certain moves you wish you would have done with ball, you was head over heels into finance and had that discipline. And shout out to your pops, because of the way he raised you, you was able to go into a lane on your own.
Facts.
And figure it out, because you said he made you figure other stuff out. So the
Facts.
fact that you had them seeds in you is dope, man. And you was able to kind of just keep pushing in that lane, man. In terms of future goals for finance, what you got going on now, and just trying to inform people, bro, where you trying to go with this, man? What's the move?
Bro, what I do, a lot of people don't understand the fact that when you sit down with, so for me, I'm a broker.
Yeah.
I don't manage your money. I literally educate you. Tell you what is what, where you should put your money, and give you free access to understand all this.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people, don't get me wrong, when you look in an industry, you got to pay for certain things.
Yeah, that's true.
I work in a service where you don't have to pay for anything. You don't have to pay for the knowledge. The knowledge of what I give, guarantee you've never heard before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So as far as with me, bro, it's more, I have a goal of helping 100 families this year.
That's dope.
Helping 100 families, but also helping 10 people to even look into this industry. Because for one, black people in the financial industry, I think lower than 2%?
Yeah, I believe.
Lower than 2%.
Yeah.
You feel me? So this is, bro, and I'm gonna tell you, bro, it changed my life. It wasn't about the money. The information changed my life.
Another point you made, you said culture and environment kind of, it helps form decisions for people. It had a positive and negative effect on you. Just with our community, how does culture change for us to where we can get in them rooms that you are? Where does it start?
Understanding what they're telling us is bullshit. Who we are.
Yeah.
Understanding the fact that everything that we see in today's world, we had a hand in.
Yeah.
We had a hand in. That means inventions,
and we don't even know that.
business model. We had a hand in.
Yeah.
If we can literally understand the fact that, our culture can produce hip hop, all this, that, yes, but we also can produce this with the same intensity, bro. It's just more about what you want, and that's why a lot of times when I sit down with clients, I can't talk to you about your finances without understanding how big your vision is.
Yeah, that's real. That's real, man. So, bruh, you done took me on a journey, bruh. Like, I knew it was gonna be an in-depth interview, but man, we done started from Gary. We done worked our way to Mequon, to Bayview, Pulaski. It was Marshalltown, then Owens, Tuskegee, Talladega, bro, then Spain and Bosnia, bro. Then breaking in the finance world, bro. That's a lot, my guy.
For sure.
And then in between them working multiple jobs, you know what I'm saying, LAX, Amazon, just doing what you got to do, bro. If you had to just sum up that whole journey, I know it's not done yet, thus far, what would you say to your journey, bro?
This shit fun.
It gotta be.
It
gotta be, man.
That's literally what it is, bro.
Yeah.
Now, where I'm at, I have goals, I have dreams that I want to reach.
Yeah.
But it's this book that I'm reading right now called The Inner Excellence.
Yeah.
And it talks about how, yes, you have goals and dreams, but it's you in between those goals and dreams that get you there. So for me right now, it's just more about eliminating more of my ego. I'll just put it like this. Literally, for me, just living through love, wisdom, and courage.
Yeah.
Love of loving everybody no matter what.
Yeah.
Rather if you disrespect me, learning about all that. The wisdom, understanding what moves to make, how to live, understanding what's really important.
Yeah.
And then the courage to actually push through all this shit, bro. Because our life is just a journey.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you can literally say, you know what, I'm going to have fun with this journey and still get to my goals the right way, that's where I'm at, bro.
That's hard, man. And I asked this question to everybody on the show, whether you played ball, you didn't play ball, whatever, bro. In your case, you played the game, just experienced life. If the you are now, bro, financial Donald, you know what I'm saying, just working man Donald, bro, just enlightened Donald in terms of just information, had to speak to your younger self, bro. Homestead Donald. You know what I'm saying? Bayview Donald, who walked about the gym, you know what I'm saying? Marshalltown Donald, who bumped his head. Tuskegee Donald. You had to speak to your younger self and sit down with your younger self and give some type of advice to yourself. What would you say, bro?
Listen more.
Yeah.
Listen more.
Yeah.
Did too much talking. I always thought I knew everything.
Yeah.
Listen more.
Yeah, that's real. That's real, man. That's real. Plain and straight to the point, man. So another thing, man, just your family, bro, They've been riding with you. Moms was probably on you the whole time, but out of love, little bro giving you the support, man. Your sister just and pops just, you had to give some, just some thanks to them and just appreciation to them. What words would you tell them?
Man, just love them for being who they were.
Yeah.
Bro, if everybody, I mean, a lot of people know our family, man.
Yeah.
We very, very close, bro.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for actually having that core,
yeah,
and understanding the fact that even though I went to a point to where I took that lonely jerk road where I was solitude but I still had them, man, that meant everything to me, really.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. I would just personally like to thank you, brother, man. I have enjoyed my time. I've enjoyed this ride, man. Just hearing your journey, man. And I think the dopest thing I got from you is you found yourself. You found identity. Like, yeah, basketball is dope. You know what I'm saying? You went places with it. But at the end of the day, like, we can't play the game forever. Like, we can love the game forever. We can't play it, you know what I'm saying, forever. And it ain't going to feed us forever. So the fact that you found something you good at and could dive into, bro, and just grow from, that's dope, man. So you got any shout outs, man? Anything you want to plug? Any people, man, you want to, you know what I'm saying, give thanks to, bro? The floor is yours, my
definitely,
guy.
Man. Definitely want to shout out my pops, bro. Rest in peace to my pops, man. My family, obviously, my brother, my sister, my mom. But also, bro, the close personal friends that I've had throughout all my years, bro. Whether we talk every day or if we don't talk at all. Sure. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to shout them out because they were a part of my process of growing, understanding myself. So, yeah, man, it's a whole list, bro. It's a whole fucking list, bro. So, but, yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say.
That's what's up, man. Again, brother, I just want to say thank you. When we get off camera, man, I got to get you to shine the ball and shine the pad, man, because you done dropped plenty gems. And I didn't want to go outside right now because it was hot as a moon. But hopefully it cooled down a little bit, man. We'll see, you know what I'm saying, if he really still got it with the J,
hey,
man.
That's cool, bro.
We gonna see, man. But I just, again, bro, thank you, my brother. Down to Lucious, Mark Pace, man. It's Cut Talk. We out.
Appreciate it, man.
Mm-hmm.